Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for watching The Girl Boss Next Door. This is Jill Santibanez, and we have...
Hi, I'm Rachael George.
And I'm Susannah Devereux.
Hey, Susannah.
Hi.
So you're all the way from Nashville, and I'm actually in Nashville, so I'm really excited that you're here with me.
Yes.
And Rachel's in Los Angeles. But let's talk about what we're going to talk about today briefly. And I know Rachael has a lot of questions for you because you have an amazing, incredible, exciting life, and you're such a beautiful lady. So we're here to talk about your bedding collection, Devereux Bedding, and you actually were so gracious to share sheets with me, sheets with Rachael that she's going to be getting in the mail soon, and also baby blankets for my daughter and Elisa. They're so beautiful. Your bedding collection, you have so many different things. Let's jump right into it and tell everybody about it.
Okay. I started the business over 10 years ago at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, just with basic sheets, and it's just grown from that. You know, when anybody ever asks me about durability, I go, well, they deploy to Iraq and Afghanistan, and they come home and they're still using them. So, and I would, when the guys would get deployment papers, they'd come because they have to take their own bedding, and they would get the twin extra long. And of course, I'd only have so many with me, so some poor guy ended up with pink, and it was all it was the thing. But when you get like a colonel come up to you, because I would go to bases on a regular occurrence, come up to you and say, the only reason I am sane right now is because I got to sleep between your sheets. And then of course he'd go bright red. And but it was a sense of, they feel really good. You know, they're hypoallergenic, antimicrobial, so anybody who's worried about the virus, these are really good. And I think it's a sense of home. I think certainly as we get older, you want to be more comfortable when you sleep, because sleep can be a big challenge when you get older. So I'm always looking at ways to make it better.
I was going to say, I don't know about getting older, but I've always been that way. I will take my own pillow somewhere. I don't care where I'm going. I want to feel like that as soon as I go to sleep, that I'm comfortable. And like you just said, you just kind of want to be reminded of home. So you get a good night's
so important. I travel with my own pillow. Yeah.
And being a woman, right? Being a woman, everybody is so critical of you here in this wonderful space of our show. Nobody is, which is great. But to get your beauty sleep is so important, and to feel comfortable, like you said, in your bedding, which everybody does. It's so comfortable, so comforting, and you use the highest quality because that's how you are, which is great. Yeah. So, and I know that Rachael has a lot of questions for you too. Go ahead, Rachael.
Okay.
I just really wanted to know what inspired you to create a luxury line of bed sheets. I mean, it's like everybody, you know, has a creative side to them, but why specifically for you was like a bed linen something that you gravitated towards? Tell us about how you started that.
Well, it's not. I had a contract with the Army Air Force Exchange Services vendor program, and my husband and I actually did big tent sales with art and rugs, and it was a huge, you know, 40 by 100 foot tent, semi trucks and this. Wow. But 2008, the world went to hell in a handbag, and we just couldn't physically afford to do it. But when you have this amazing contract, you want to keep it. So my mother-in-law, who has always had a gift shop, she said to me, well, come with me to the Atlanta market. So we went to the market, and I'm wandering around, and there was this guy selling bedding, and the women were going crazy, and I was really excited, got them. They were absolute rubbish. Like, you wouldn't want to wash your car with them. They were just horrible.
Wow.
But it really got me thinking, like, how important good bedding is, you know, at a good price. I suppose spent about a year researching, and manufacturers would send me stuff, and I'd be like, nope, I want a nice wide hem on the top. I used to be in the clothing. We used to be in the clothing industry, so I already had some, you know, of the nomenclature down. But you know, I wanted elastic all the way around the fitted sheet. I've had to go the American way with regards to pillowcases, because Americans didn't understand the English tuck, where you tuck the pillow in and it has a little fold out, because people go, oh, it's not stitched. I'm like, no, that's the way it's supposed to be. And so it's sort of like, well, where's my market? I'm really excited that more and more people are understanding what duvet covers are now, which is like a big pillowcase for your comforter. But, some people are like, what's a duvet? It's a duvet. Oh, man, the duvet.
Duvet.
The duvet. So I found a manufacturer I really liked, and I started with 12 solid colors, simple sheets, and it just grew. So I now have, they're not all on the website yet, but I now have 60 patterns.
Wow.
And 15 solid colors, and I'm looking to add, and I now have duvet sets and all the 15 solid colors, and I think I've got like 15 patterns. The duvet inset, which is a really beautiful down alternative, so it's great for allergy, people that suffer allergies, no feathers up your nose, and reversible comforters with gorgeous patterns and things, and then quilts,
Nice.
and extra shams, and so it's sort of growing. It's sort of I actually have to make sure that it doesn't get too much.
That's amazing.
So I can handle it, but it's just been such a joy helping people with their sleep. I have a couple of gals going through chemotherapy, and these sheets are fantastic because they don't irritate the skin. They also wick their toxic sweat away from them, so they're not sleeping in that. And when you get a woman come up to you and hug you and go, I slept through the night, I didn't wake up hot, I didn't wake up cold, and you're like, good, so I'm
always warm. I'm one of those sweaty people.
Yeah, I'm freezing constantly. Oh my God. Freezing constantly. I'm always cold. Annalisa and TJ always warm. They're like heating blankets. I'll hold on to them when I'm freezing, and I'm like, oh, I feel so much better. I hold on to them every day anyway. But yeah, it's so funny. People are just so different, and I know that your bedding, it really appeals to a lot of people because you can get that comfort. You can even mix and match your pieces. Like we don't have your lovely duvets, even though I'm going to talk to you about that because they're just so beautiful. And we're looking to get like a new bedspread and just new everything.
I think I know what we can do for you because you get cold. If we do sheets and then a quilt, the quilted coverlet, so that way it's comfortable for TJ.
Yes.
And then we get you, what we do is a twin duvet with duvet insert, which you can fold up and have at the bottom of the bed, and then at night you can just pull it up over your side, or it's great when you just want to have a nap but you don't want to get into the bed. So it's a lovely way of mixing up stuff. I've got some stuff. It's actually for a customer who's coming around to pick, but it's a guy, and so we're doing he's taking the silver and the slate grey sheets, and then I've also done the broad stripe. So he's got 3 sheet choices, and then he's got a silver and slate reversible comforter that he can use, but he can also use it as duvet insert and put on the retro stripe. Ooh. So he's got lots of mixy-matchy things to do, and I've got him a quilt, so then he can do like all slate and then put the comforter at the end with the stripes, or he can have the striped comforter and then put the quilt over the end for, so you can play around with that.
He has those options.
Yes.
I think you're sending me a really pretty, just a soft floral silver country pattern. Yeah. So cute. I love flowers.
Yeah.
I love floral stuff.
And it's lovely that they're coming. Florals have definitely come around. So I've gone from 1 floral to, I think I've got 6 florals now.
Yeah. You had a grey rose too that I thought was really pretty.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is one of the good ones. And then the pinstripe and the hazy reflections looks really, yeah. I can talk mixy matchy patterns and things all day.
And you offer a variety of sizes because not everybody, like you said, has the same needs or the same size bed.
Right.
So let's talk about the sizes, and they're all different.
Okay, so we've got the twin extra long, which is your college dorm room kind of size.
Wow.
And then full size, which is a double, which is what grandma and grandpa used to sleep in. So if you've inherited their antique bed, that's usually what size it is. Then you've got your queen, then you've got your king, and then you have a California king, which is not bigger. It's the same square footage. It's just like it's 4 inches narrower, but 4 inches longer. So I always say it's for tall, skinny Californians, you know, but it's
Rachel Andy, yes.
but it, you know, and it's funny, as I've traveled around the country, selling at different places, you know, like in Washington, D.C., there were a lot of full size, queen size. But then when we go to Arizona, it's all king size because of the different sizes of houses.
Yeah.
And that. So, yeah, so it's always interesting. And I have so many pictures of people's bedrooms.
Oh, how funny. I have to send you mine. Well, I have a Cal King too.
Yeah.
Which nobody has nice sheets for. It's so difficult to find Cal King sheets that, you know, that you really like.
I've now got you covered. So, yeah. Yes. And while I think of it, I wanted to give your viewers a code for the website that's actually going to give them 50% off.
Ooh.
So the code is the boss, no gaps, the boss at devereuxbedding.com. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
50% off.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
So you'll end up a queen size set, which is fitted sheet, flat sheet, and pillowcases, is $45.
That's incredible.
Yeah. I know, because you already have affordable rates and 50% off. Wow.
Well, I'm thinking I just want everybody between my sheets.
Yes.
I just want everybody between my sheets.
You're giving people the perfect gift of comfort, of sleep, and everybody needs that. Everybody at all ages needs that.
Big time.
Okay, so as if running a luxury bedding business is not enough for you. Just tell us what you can't do. I think that might be quicker.
I can't sing. I cannot sing. I sing
Rachel
badly. Really well.
I'm so envious.
Of all the things, I cannot sing. I sound like a strangled, drowning cat. And that's not fair to the cat. No, it is. I was actually at a table reading for and a workshop for a film, and this woman had come in from New York, and so she's in Nashville, and she goes, well, I assume you all sing. And I go, no, I don't. I sing badly very well. And she goes, prove it. Thinking that it was going to stop me in my tracks. It's like, oh, no, lady. So I stood up and sang, screeched, I will always love you at the top of my lungs. Because I figure if you're going to slaughter a song. That's
like the hardest song that you would pick, though. That's so difficult.
But it's just like, it's so bad. It's funny. You know, think of Cameron Diaz in My Best Friend's Wedding. It's like, yeah. And so I finished to a round of applause. And she went, you weren't kidding, were you? And I'm like, no, I told you I was bad. But yeah, that's the only thing that I can't. Oh, and I don't cook. But I make really good reservations. So, you know.
I was going to ask you, well, you already mentioned it, but I was going to say, what can't you do? But Susannah has been a successful working actress for years. So tell us, what have you been up to lately? I know you just kind of touched on, you just had a table reading.
Well, during the shutdown, I actually did a film.
Wow.
A fantastic filmmaker out of Los Angeles whom I've known for 25 years. We were at the Beverly Hills Playhouse as actors together like 23 years ago. And the Playhouse is no longer. But I did a film with him with Danny Trejo. But so he sends me the script. He goes, we're going to do it all remotely. So I got to be my own makeup and hair person, my own wardrobe, my set directing, lighting and everything. But it was really clever. I was playing yet another psychiatrist. I played a few of those for
You're
some
good
reason,
at that.
apparently.
Yeah.
And so I'm counseling the lead actress as she's having a massive breakdown. But it was fascinating because it was as if we were Skyping, but I couldn't actually look into the lens. I had to look into the camera lens because I set up my phone. So she's down here doing all her stuff, but I can't look at her. I have to be looking at the camera lens. So it was this whole thing of peripheral stuff.
Yeah.
She has to go out at one stage and then she comes back in. So I'm having to feel that. But it really heightened one's sense of like listening and what am I feeling from her as opposed to being able to see what was going on.
Right.
So that was fun. And then my manager and the company that she's with, they challenged all their roster to do something each week. So do a monologue against type. I had to do stand up, which was hysterical because I'm not really a stand up person. So I just ended up telling my mafia story. And then the other thing that I'm doing is working on my fictionalized autobiography.
Ooh.
Because I've been advised that I can't use some of the names, so it's like, well, I'll fictionalize it. Yeah, 3 different attorneys. Like, no, you don't want to go there, and I'm like, okay.
You can tell us who these people really are. You can tell us.
Well, the thing is, there are a few of them where I'm like, you'll figure out who it is,
Right.
but then anyway,
Sure.
I'll get the powers that be, read this. Am I going to get in trouble? Only because I have had this character I have wanted to play who's based on me for years, and I want to do a 30-minute episodic kind of all the odds. Rachael, coming to America, you're faced with these hysterical differences. Or how many times have you been told you speak really good English?
Nobody thinks I do speak English. Very, very rarely will somebody know. I think everyone thinks that nobody really, unless you're us. I mean, you have to laugh though. You got to laugh, otherwise you'll cry. But I mean, somebody asked me if I was French once, and then I had somebody else ask me if I, Australian or South African, which I completely understand. I'm not mad at that. But I do remember saying, well, no, I'm actually not. So how did you end up in Nashville?
I married me a Tennessee boy. I did. I did. I married me a gentleman. He is this kindest. And I met him in Hollywood, California.
Oh, sweet.
And he's nothing to do with the business. However, he's drifting more into the entertainment. He writes lyrics. Is the most amazing lyricist, and his comic timing is, I get so cross at him because he's so clever. Like if he wanted to play theatre sports or Whose Line Is It Anyway, he's so quick.
Well,
but
so
we have this.
I mean, you are too.
Well, thank you, but he's really, really good. So it's lovely because we come from a generation where he became an engineer and worked in this, where the whole idea of a creative life really wasn't thought of. So he's a beautiful painter, and he does ceramics because his mother was an award-winning ceramics artist. So his sense of color, I mean, watching him work with a woman with interiors and rugs and things, because he has a rug business, I mean, his sense of color, and he makes women feel so incredibly comfortable, and the stuff he finds out is just like, okay. But yeah, we came to Tennessee to actually say goodbye to his grandfather, who decided to stay on for another 6 years, which was lovely because he was an amazing old guy, just gorgeous. And Tennessee's a lot like New Zealand. It's the same. Like Nashville is about the same size as Auckland. The pace of the city is the same. People are friendly, polite. There's a sense of community. I've been excited as an older woman to find young women that I can mentor and care for and protect. Don't you dare hurt my gals, and who knows what's happening next. I just got an audition from my manager, and I'm like, I have no idea what it's for, but I will find out. And then I have to figure out how to get it. COVID has certainly taught me a lot more about the technical aspects of the business.
That's amazing.
Having to get my blue screen. I'm sorry about the messy room that we're in, but my lights are here, so I'm really not that untidy.
Yeah, I know you from, I think, 2014. I think you and I met, Susannah, and you've been doing such incredible things. I think the first time I interviewed you, we were on the red carpet of the Nashville Film Festival, and you showed up and you were like going to dinner with your husband. But she had she was a part of so many films that were showing there, multiple films. She was an actress in multiple films. And I said, you didn't just come here because her films weren't actually showing on the day that she came to interview with me on the red carpet. But she just came so we could do an interview. And I was like, I felt so blessed. I'm like, this is an amazing friend. And I was so glad to know her. And I've been to TJ and I've been to her house. We went to a dinner party, and I'm surprised she didn't cook because everything was amazing.
No, the husband did. The husband did. It was amazing. You marry a man who can cook.
Yeah.
And that, I mix a mean martini. He cooks.
There you go.
But then the thing is, Jill, it has been so lovely watching you work, your work ethic. Seeing you as a young mother is gorgeous, but that Rachel, that the two of you are like, let's start a show where we empower women, where we all work together. Let's clear away that stupid thing that happened in my generation of women were against each other. It's like, no, we lift each other up. And I feel as an older gal, it's my duty to facilitate and help, especially younger women, to advance and crack every ceiling that's ever been anywhere, and do what they want to do and take no prisoners, or if you want prisoners, fine. But sometimes they're fun. Keep one locked away to play with every now and then.
I was just going to ask you that. I mean, you've already started to answer the question, but I was just going to ask you, because so many people are going to be listening, I know are women, and I know they're out there. We did start this because we want to encourage people who are listening to reach their own goals, to find fulfillment. Can you tell us maybe some of the ups and downs that, I mean, you have already done that, but maybe something that you could encourage and inspire other people? I mean, you already do, but what are maybe a couple of the key things that you would say to, or you would even say to yourself, 20 years ago,
oh gosh, when I look at the things that I ran away from, it's like being afraid of my own shadow, even and sense of self-worth. I've had some opportunities presented to me, and I've gone and run away. Right. I've even moved country to avoid confronting it, because it's that fear of this is my dream, so now my dream is happening. Can I deal with it? Am I good enough? All of that silly stuff. So it's and I guess I went through a whole thing of worried about what other people would think. It's oh, she thinks she can do that, does she? And then on the other hand, I was told when I came to America, you'll never work there. You're too old, you're too tall, and you talk funny. And it was like, oh, right, watch this. I'm going to get my green card. No, I didn't get it by marrying an American, because I've been married to 3 Americans. I got it as an artist, and I consider my green card my greatest accomplishment. And then I was told, you'll never get into SAG. I got into SAG. So there is that part of me where he's telling me I can't do it, and I'll show you. But I don't think that's the best way to go about things. It's like, my advice to any young woman is figure out what you really want, like what would really fulfill you. Know that you might get there and go, oh, it's not quite. So know that you're allowed to change and alter your goal or your plan, and then stay focused.
Well, let's tell everybody where they can buy your beautiful line. And I know you're on IMDb, Susannah Devereux. I know you're on IMDb, so people can definitely check out all of your amazing work and your beautiful pictures, because this is a beautiful lady. Everybody has to see everything that she's doing.
Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Yes, let's tell everybody about your website.
You're going to go to DevereuxBedding.com, which is DEV for Victor, EREUX, bedding, BEDDING.com, and you'll use the code The Boss, and you will put the code on the top left-hand corner at the shopping cart. And if you get stuck, you can text me, because the number is there, and I will tell you what you're not doing right. Because I totally understand, because I am so not tech savvy. You know, it's so when somebody goes, I'm sorry, I'm go, honey, don't worry about it. We'll just walk through it together. You know, I've even got one lady, she's just so afraid of the internet and everything. I'm like, let's just go old school.
Oh.
You can send me a check. It's okay. And she's like,
so
really,
nice.
you trust me? You trust me? And I'm like, if we don't start trusting somewhere, how are we going to perpetuate trust? But certainly it's much easier doing it online, so please don't. But you know, I think as a small business, you do what separates me from you going to Macy's and buying sheets or whatever, I believe, is customer service, where you know, I get a little crazy and I do little handwritten notes, and I give you a mint for your pillow, and maybe throw in some handmade soap or whatever, because you know, I'm not okay, Christmas was, I'm not Amazon, so it's not going to arrive tomorrow afternoon, or you know, so you know, it comes via the mail, and I'm not in charge of the mail, so I can't promise when it's going to get there, but it will go. Exactly. It will get to you, and that. So I want the whole idea and experience of shopping to be like fun, and that where you just open it up with lots of tissue and all of that. So
that's amazing. Well, we'll definitely have all of the links so people can get in touch with you. They can visit your website. They can check you out on IMDb. We'll put the links on our page at The Girl Boss on Facebook. Thank you so much, Susannah. It was so nice to talk with you this morning.
Oh, anytime, ladies. Anytime.
We love it. Sharing morning tea with you. It's been amazing. And he has slept through this the entire thing.
It's not a pillow, people. It's a dog.
It's a dog.
It's a dog.
I love that.
It's a cute dog.
This has been Jill Santibanez with The Girl Boss Next Door, and
I'm Rachael George.
And I'm Susannah Devereux. Lovely to see you.
Thank you.